If you are an XRP holder, you have to watch this video all the way through, as there's something happening today that is extremely important for Ripple and XRP. Because today, there's a live lawsuit hearing between Ripple and a counterparty. It's going to be in front of a judge, and a maximum of 500 people can listen in. It's not the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, but another one of Ripple's lawsuits. And I have before talked about it over on Twitter, but it's that crucial that I had to make a video about it before it went live, because otherwise I think a couple of you guys might miss it. If you're not following me over on Twitter just quite yet, I recommend you guys to go ahead and check it out. But also, if you haven't yet, make sure you press that like button, and let's dive right in. So like I already said, the long story short is this. Today, Wednesday, April 26th at 1:30 p.m. PT or 4:30 p.m. ET, a hearing will take place in federal court in California on the class action case filed against Ripple with regards to Ripple Labs versus Zakynov versus Ripple. Not sure exactly why it's named that way, doesn't matter. It's a case from all the way back in 2020 as well. As said earlier, the judge has opened online access to 500 members of the public through this login notice. The hearing is for oral arguments only on the question of certifying the class of XRP holders suing Ripple. The plaintiff, Bradley Sostak, who owned XRP for 2 weeks, is asking to be lead plaintiff in the class action and is asking to represent all XRP holders who either owned it and sold it at a loss or own it today. He is arguing the lawsuit that XRP is a security. John Dean filed a motion for leave to file an amicus brief on behalf of 75,000 XRP holders in the case to have their voices heard before the court, and his motion hasn't been ruled on yet. So how exactly this works is there was a guy holding XRP that lost money, and now because he did, he's like, you know what? Lawsuit time, baby, which only happens in the US. Funny enough, it really is the truth. Anyway, he's basically suing Ripple because he lost money, and now he's trying to claim XRP is a security, and he's trying to act as if he represents all the XRP holders. You have to understand, however, that in theory, his whole goal is to just get his money back or just get some justice of sorts, which we don't agree with. But the thing is, in the process, he'd destroy a significant crypto ecosystem if he were to win. I think the probability of him winning is pretty close to zero, but I guess you can also call it he's banking on the fact that the SEC wins the lawsuit against Ripple, because that way he's got himself an easy bag. And you have to understand yet again as well that many lawyers are standing in line like freaking dogs to help represent cases like this, because they sometimes make a commission on the entire settlement amount. Again, if it's a class action lawsuit, sometimes the numbers that they make here are big claims for all the people, and a lawyer can have a very good payday, which is why you see this happening so often. Again, not legal advice or legal official stuff. These are just my thoughts. But anyway, if you guys want in, like I said, it's today at 1:30 p.m. PT or 4:30 p.m. Eastern time in the federal court in California. So for me in Austin here, it's going to be 3:30, and I'm going to try to live stream it. But the problem is, I'm in a hotel room that doesn't have the best internet, and I'm not sure how good my 5G is going to be for live streaming, because I also got to use the same phone to actually call in. So it's going to be a little bit of an iffy-wiffy. I'm going to try though. And I'll actually go back from the conference home to my hotel room here, as again, I'm at consensus right now, to try and get you guys in on this case. But if you guys want it, make sure you press that like button and let me know down below. The way we usually do it, we've called in for every single Ripple versus SEC hearing before, is I just call in, I put some earpods in or some headset or whatever, and I try to explain what they're talking about in that specific broadcast, or in this broadcast or whatever you call it. The thing is, you normally are not allowed to broadcast the actual words live on YouTube, etc., but you are allowed to basically transcribe whatever they're saying, right? Nothing's going to happen at that point, I've noticed. But again, I don't want to break the court's rules, because that's not what we're about, right? We don't want to hurt them in the process or whatever. We want to play by their rules, and the rules, as far as I've noticed, is that you're able to talk about it and like transcribe sort of, but not actually broadcast it directly. Then again, I'm going to actually take a look at the official document, because it might actually be allowed this time, as maybe this is like more public than usual. You know, maybe this is a little bit different than most of the hearings that we've heard before in the Ripple versus SEC case. That could also be the truth. All right, we also got a little document. Somebody looked up, what exactly does the plaintiff seek here? So apparently the guy that's suing Ripple claims to have lost $118,000 in his investment, while other complainants have also claimed various different amounts. In the Ripple lawsuit document, Sortak claims he purchased 128,000 XRP between January 1st, 2018 and January 16th, 2018 for approximately $307,000 in Bitcoin and USDT. Lead plaintiff sold that XRP between January 9th, 2018 and January 17th, 2018 for approximately $189,000 in Bitcoin and USDT. Lead plaintiff therefore sustained a loss of approximately $118,000 as a result of not being a proper investor, if you ask me. Lost connection there for some reason. But so yeah, that's going to be a very interesting little piece for the XRP holders, obviously. There's a little bit more info that came out just now, though. In the Zakino versus Ripple case, the judge just agreed to extend the trial by about a month, with trial starting on April 15, 2024. The original lawsuit was filed in May of 2018. This would be 6 years until trial would start at all, but the laws and rules are clear since 1933. So it's kind of funny how this lawsuit has extended for so long and will probably not resolve for another year or two. But the way I personally see it is they're just waiting for a Ripple lawsuit with the SEC to finish, because that way it's going to be either very simple for this guy to try and claim his money or nearly impossible, basically. Anyway, on a complete side note, this was interesting, and I wanted to make a separate video about it, but I thought, hey, let's include it right here. And again, guys, if you've not done it yet, make sure you press that like button. But the co-founder of the XRP ledger, the co-creator, has said something interesting about XRP, and it's a good question. What was the official all-time high of XRP? $3, $3.50, $3.84? Well, David Schwartz, CTO at Ripple, co-creator of the XRP ledger, is saying that the $3.84 is like a misleading number because you could never actually sell it for that price, as it was basically some crazy prices over in Korea with the crazy premiums. This, again, for all of you that weren't there, was a crazy time. All right, Korea was going absolutely wild, inflating everything, and the XP price mostly went crazy because of Korean influence, where they could basically not get access to our market, so the price there in Korean won went crazy, but also because of Coinbase hype. There was such a massive amount of hype that XRP was going to get listed on Coinbase that things just went absolutely insane. Because the day that the price tanked was the moment that Coinbase made a release saying, we're not planning to list XRP anytime soon. Which again is another fun discussion because, well, later on they did list it and then they took it back down, which means they did their due diligence and the SEC said it's fine. And it's an interesting discussion, and nobody really has the answer to what the actual XRP price traded at or what the official all-time high would be. All I can say about this is, who gives a crap, all right? The moment that this lawsuit settles with the SEC, I'm expecting so much great things for XRP. And I sometimes think, what if you just wake up one day, boom, lawsuit finished. Then what? Because all of a sudden, let's say hypothetically speaking, all right, not financial advice, price is like $10. Then what? It's crazy if you start thinking about it, no? Just a moment you wake up, boom, price is at 10. I cannot even sit down properly. $10. What then? Are you now going to start buying more? Are you done now? Are you going to sell everything, retire? I don't know. It's like impossible to really fathom the price being there. And a lot of you guys are saying, well, I need $100, $1,000 per XP, sure. But for me, all right, $10 is already massive. The amount of craziness that I would do for a $10 XRP is pretty severe, all right? I'm just going to let you guys in on a little secret on that one. So yeah, I just wonder, what's my day going to look like? Because normally I wake up, buy more XRP, a little bit of other cryptos, etc. But all of a sudden at $10, I can't really buy as much XRP anymore, you know, about 1/30th or whatever. So, 1/20th. It's going to be really interesting. What changes? Wow, it's going to be so peculiar. All of a sudden as well, you're 10 times richer. That's also interesting. So I never really care about what the XP price traded at. It's just like a point of reference, the fact that it got there, it got so wild, even though it was kind of like small from certain perspectives, and it kind of just is a precursor to where it all can go in due time. That's what I always think about. But anyway, that was today's little crypto update. Cool things coming later today. Make sure you check it out. I probably will be live streaming, but I'm going to at least try it out. I'll just be testing for the next couple of hours to see if it all works. Otherwise, I'll just give you guys a recap of what happened later. I might actually go ahead and tweet things about it. I do not yet know. Make sure, however, that you put the notification bell on for in case I do decide to live stream. And yeah, that's about it. See you guys later in another one.